Hello, I'm Ellen Goldberg, and welcome to the Language of the Hand. In this segment, we're going to talk about signs that point to problems. After all, life is full of them, and isn't it nice to be forewarned and forearmed? We can see signs that warn us either of health problems or events in the life that may be tricky to navigate, both on the lines and on signs on the mounts. Lines have what we call defects. Here is a clear line. That means the current would be unimpeded, easy flow, whatever the line represents, it's going to function very well. But what if you put a roadblock, a crossbar there, and that breaks and puts a stop in front of the current? That year is going to be a problem. Another way you might see a problem is to see an island. Islands must seamlessly enter and exit the line, and you see it looks kind of like a leaf. The problem lasts as long as the island lasts, and those are usually periods not as dramatic as the crossbar, but of debility and of the energy being divided. After all, the current that runs through the line is now running on 2 channels instead of 1. Here we could see also perhaps a big X on the line, and that surely is going to be a problem. These same signs can also be seen on the mounts. When you see them on the mount, you could find a grill, which means that something is irritated, generally something in the health or the character, something specific to the archetype. For instance, if you should see a grill under the ring finger on the Mount of Apollo, it might point to a problem with the eyes, with the temper, which is one of their character traits, or with taking chances. Mercury. You might not want to see an X on Mercury because Mercury has a tendency towards manipulation, towards always trying to make the best of any situation on their account. But if they have an X for deceitfulness, combined especially with a bent finger, that would be a double indication why I wouldn't let them handle my bank account or look at my books. In fact, I'd watch them like a hawk. Many good people have bent Mercury fingers, but it's when it's combined with an extra sign for some kind of problem in character that you really have to watch out. These signs can appear on any line. If it's on the heart line they appear on, it will be something emotional or even perhaps physical. If the sign should occur directly under the finger that rules the heart, right here, let's say there's a star, nice big messy star on the line of the heart under the finger that rules the heart, and that I'd say is about age 45, 50, that person has to be very careful with the heart at that age and should be under a doctor's care. If you find one of those somewhat difficult marks on the headline, they're going to have some extra stress or mental problems. And if you see an island on the headline, that's a long period of confusion. If you see dots on the headline, why, those are periods of stress, deep stress. And it doesn't take much to figure out that if you see it on the lifeline, they're going to have problems with their health. Sometimes the problem, like a break in the lifeline, is actually a blessing in disguise. Here's a photo of someone who's going to go through problems or some very big issue in the mid-30s. The interesting feature about this hand is that the hand is doing something that it does many times when something's important. It shows it in 2 lines simultaneously at the same age. Look at this person's heart line and see the break in it. It's just about age 35. Something is going to go on emotionally that's very big for him. And he may close up because that heart line comes up closer to the fingers then. But if you look carefully, you'll see that there's a little break on the lifeline at the exact same age. When you see it in two places simultaneously in the hand, you can be very secure about saying that something is going to happen and they need to be prepared, both in attitude, in support with friends, and maybe taking advantage of the opportunity because, as the great psychologist Carl Jung said, we should use our problems as stepping stones. And many times they're the reason that we finally get something together and change our life.